Hey guys, so today we're back in the kitchen, only this time we're getting a little bit more experimental. There's no recipes, there's no guidelines, there's no measurements, we're just making it up as we go. I was grocery shopping today when I saw plantains on sale, and I thought, you know what I like? I like plantain chips. Why don't I try and make some? So first of all, we're gonna get everything set up, we're gonna get things cleaned, and then we're gonna get to it.
So first of all, you're going to want to clean your space. I have a glass stove top, so I like to use Wyman glass cooktop cleaner. It's really easy. You just spread it across your glass top, and I use the cooktop cleaning kit, which comes with a scrub, a razor, and just like a handle for the scrub. You just put the scrubber right on there and go to town. Make sure you scrub really hard in those tough areas just to get all that grime off. Then when you're done, it's really easy to just peel off and rinse. But you're going to want to make sure you get all the remaining residue with a paper towel. Clean it all off.
Look how beautifully clean that is. I mean, don't mind the scratches, but nice and clean.
Then I got to work on the plantains. I have no idea how to open these, so I decided to just start trying whatever felt right. Be really careful when using kitchen knives to open bananas or plantains or such, because they can slip and they can cut you open. The knife seemed to be helping. These skins are really tough. I've not worked with plantains enough. The second one seemed to go a little bit easier. I'm not sure why, but it did come off a little bit faster. And then I started cutting them. I do wish, however, I had sliced them a little bit thinner. I have a mandolin I could have used, and mandolins would probably be the best option here. They're gonna get you that really thin, crisp chip thickness. I tasted one raw. They're not great, but they're not terrible either. So I used coconut oil. I'm sure you can use other oil. I realized my pan was too big, so I switched to a smaller pan. This is just Kirkland coconut oil. I love Kirkland brand. That's just me. No ad, it's just truth. Now when working with oil, you want to make sure that your heat is hot enough that it's going to fry the stuff, but it's not going to catch on fire. So a nice medium to high heat is going to be perfect. Then I just started placing them in the pan. Let them fry up real nicely. I did about 3 to 5 minutes per side to make sure they got really nice and brown. Then you flip them. Look at that. I was really proud of how this first batch turned out. Then I set up a cooling rack, and I just let the oil drip off of them onto a paper towel below. It was easiest to do this because, I don't know, it was just easier to season them this way. It was easier to get the oil off. You can always lay them out on a paper towel too, whatever's easier. And then I went in and I did my second batch. I actually tried one in my first round and they were so good. For my second round, I wanted to do something sweet, so I did a 1/4 cup of sugar and just like enough cinnamon to taste, really. I mixed that all up. And this is a perfect example of why you should never walk away from a frying pan. These guys burnt a little bit, but they still tasted pretty good, especially with the cinnamon sugar mix. But the only problem we have here is that was the first round, and this was my second round. They are burnt, but they still do taste really good. And then this was my third round. I did salt and chili powder on the third round. And I'll tell you what, the third round actually turned out probably the best. Somewhere between a chip and a fried plantain.
So I don't know about you guys, but an experiment in the kitchen that still tastes good and is still edible is a successful experiment. I'll tell you what, these are a success story. Something I do wish I'd done differently is I wished I'd cut them thinner. So I wished I'd actually used my mandolin to get that really thin chip thickness. But either way, they were actually really good. Feel free to copy what I did, or feel free to look up an actual recipe and not experiment like I did. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this little bit of an experiment with me, because I really like experimenting in the kitchen. It's fun, it's creative, and I really enjoy it. I'll see you guys tomorrow.